Here in section 16.6, we will be looking at nuclear fission and nuclear fusion. In nuclear fission, a large nucleus such as uranium gets bombarded with a small particle like a neutron. This splits the nucleus into two smaller nuclei and several more neutrons. Then a large amount of energy is released as heat. In a nuclear reactor, this heat energy is used to make steam, and the steam turns the turbine, which generates the electricity. In a nuclear fission reaction of uranium-235, a neutron bombards it and forms an unstable uranium-236 nucleus. And that uranium-236 nucleus is what undergoes the fission, or what splits. We get smaller nuclei produced, krypton-91 and barium-142, and then we get more neutrons released. Those more neutrons go on to bombard more uranium-235 nuclei. Here is the equation for nuclear fission. Here we have the uranium-235 getting bombarded by the neutron. That uranium-235 then makes the uranium-236 unstable nucleus, and that unstable nucleus splits into a krypton-91 nucleus and a barium-142 nucleus, releasing large amounts of energy and three more neutrons. And those three more neutrons go on to bombard three more uranium-235 nuclei. If we could carefully measure the mass of the products of the krypton, the barium, and the three neutrons, we would find that their total mass is slightly less than the mass of the starting materials. This contradicts our law of conservation of mass. The mass actually has been converted into an enormous amount of energy, consistent with Einstein's favorite equation, E equals mc squared, where m, of course, is mass, and c is the speed of light. So the speed of light is a big number. You square it, you get an even bigger number, and that's why we get a large amount of energy being released. We get what we call a nuclear chain reaction, and this chain reaction occurs when a mass of uranium undergoes fission, and there is a rapid increase in the number of neutrons available to react with more uranium. Remember, one uranium-235 produces three neutrons. Those three neutrons bombard more uranium. Each uranium atom splits and makes three more neutrons. And we wind up with a chain reaction. Here we see the initial neutrons bombarding the uranium-235 and producing three neutrons. Those three neutrons go on to hit three more uranium-235. So now we have three atoms being fissioned, and they each produce three more. Now we've got 9 neutrons going on to bombard 9 more reactive uranium-235 atoms. So each fission produces 3 more neutrons that cause the fission of more and more and more uranium-235. The opposite of nuclear fission is nuclear fusion. Nuclear fusion occurs at extremely high temperatures. You see there, 1,000,000 degrees Celsius or more. Combines small nuclei into larger nuclei. It also releases large amounts of energy. This is what occurs in the sun and other stars continuously. Scientists expect less radioactive waste than with nuclear fission that would have shorter half-lives if we could come up with a working fusion reactor. That's one drawback of nuclear fission is we produce lots of radioactive waste that have very, very long half-lives. Here is the reaction for hydrogen fusion. This is what happens in the sun. A hydrogen atom and another hydrogen atom combine together to make a helium atom and a neutron, and then large amounts of energy. So far, we have not been able to produce a working fusion reactor because of the high temperatures required for this to happen.